Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. The Sims 4 has been around for a while now and it's known for many things, including having things that just don't make any sense. So today we're going to take a look at a few things in The Sims 4 that don't make sense. Before we get into it, apologies if I sound a bit off. I'm a bit unwell right now, which is annoying because I'm supposed to be partying big time this weekend, but that's what's going on. Okay, let's get into it. My Sims are supposed to be smarter than ever. They can now multitask. So why can't they multitask? Sure, my Sim is talking whilst cooking, but they pause cooking to talk every time. They don't talk and cook at the same time. Why do my Sims have to get up to perform an interaction that doesn't involve physical contact? And even if it did, why can't they just hug on the couch? Why is my Sim ignoring their dinner date to talk to someone behind them? You can't even see them. I've taken you out for dinner and you won't even give me the time of day. You'll be my friend again when the bill comes though, won't you? Yeah, because if I invite anyone out for dinner, for some reason, it's always on me. What's the point in the speed system if it's not that fast? You know how fast it is in The Sims 2? That is how fast the speed system is in The Sims 2. You know how fast it is in The Sims 4? That's how fast it is in The Sims 4. What's the point? The only time it goes by any faster than that is either when all Sims in the household are sleeping or when all Sims are out of the house. Why do my Sims just stand there when they've already been given a command? Is this some sort of power play? Do you honestly think you're going to win this standoff? You know I've got the mouse, right? I could kill you with the press of a button. You won't win. Sometimes they win. Why do the little ones come back from daycare starving and with dirty nappies? I may as well just leave them at home with no supervision. They'd get the same level of care. And yes, I could have a nanny, but if you think I'm going to spend my hard-earned money just to have some random Sim come over to ignore my babies, watch my TV and play games on my computer, then you've got another thing coming. Why do my Sims keep getting up from the table? Why can't you all just sit still for 5 minutes? Just sit down, eat your food, have a few sips of your juice and behave yourselves. Only Sims could ruin the novelty of being God. How comes none of the wood tones match? What's going on? I just want to have nice furniture in my Sim's house, but I can't get any of the wood swatches to match. I can't help but feel like this was a deliberately sick joke. Why do I get a 10% discount on build and buy objects when I've completed the Mansion Baron aspiration? Why, when I already have a huge mansion and everything I want and need, do I get a discount? Yeah, because as we all know, out of everyone in the world, it's the filthy rich who need coupons. Why haven't whims been updated since Get Famous? Was it not such a good idea in hindsight, or did you just get bored? You may as well have them turned off, because none of your Sims whims will reflect any gameplay that was introduced after Get Famous. Why do Sims disappear when they're going places? They could just walk out of view. I'm not going to try and follow them. I see them every other hour of the day. I'm not going to stalk them. Just be real with me. Don't make out like they're superheroes that can just disappear. How come I can't mix lot types? I can have either a bar or a restaurant. Why not both? I've lost count of how many restaurants I've been to that also have bars. Why not let us hybrid them up and serve a double purpose? Why can't this kid just be related to their grandparents? Why do I have to make parents for them? You could just use a generic icon in the family tree like you do for siblings without parents. Not all families are nuclear, so why can't I just create a household with a Sim who just lives with their aunt? Why don't babies ever leave the crib? They're babies, not Tamagotchis. Let them out the crib. How is Judith Ward in every lot? For someone who doesn't want friends, she sure gets around like all she wants is friends. Open up, Judith Ward. It's okay to want friends. It's okay to be vulnerable. My Sims are on a date. Why do I have some third wheel straggler joining in and trying to get in on the action? It's a first date, David. We're not in the territory of discussing third parties yet. We can build tiny homes, but there are no tiny lots. What's the point in having a tiny home if there is loads of land around it? I want to have lots of tiny homes next to each other. They could literally take one of the medium-sized lots and break it down into 4 tiny home lots. When your neighbour comes to visit and all they want to do is play with your computer. Are you a time-travelling cave person? Have you never seen a computer before? If you come to my house, you come for me, not my treasures. My Sims are already standing next to each other when I ask them to interact, so why do they need to move to a different location to perform that interaction? You're just talking about the weather, not sharing cult secrets. You don't need to be mindful of where in the house you have to talk. When Sims complain about the mess but decide to drop rubbish on the floor, even when there's a bin nearby. Don't complain to me. Don't shit where you live, Barbie. Why, when my Sims argue and yell at each other, do they immediately laugh and joke around with each other? Was I really the only person who heard what that guy just implied about your mother? And you're just gonna laugh it off? I wouldn't take that if I were you. Why do all my townies look fucking ridiculous when wearing weather-related attire? You look like you got dressed at Bargain Bucket with the lights off. In what world was this an acceptable look? There's fashion confidence, and then there's you. If my Sim has a baby with a Sim that doesn't live with them, how come they don't actively try to parent their kids? Why does my Sim have to invite them over to see how their kids are getting on with growing up? The other parent should come over every once in a while to see their damn kids. In fact, why can't I send the kids to their house every once in a while? Even in a rabbit hole kind of way, like when they go to school or daycare. What's the point of student loans? The cost of university in The Sims is so cheap that it doesn't really bring much in terms of financial strain. University should only be affordable with scholarships, and paying up front for your Sims degree should be a luxury that you have to work for. Otherwise, your Sims should have debt. There needs to be some real level of difficulty with this game. When I put something in my Sims inventory, they decide to take it out and just put it down somewhere. Could be anywhere. Could even be outside, across the street. I guess it's just lost forever now, until I buy you a new one. How come Sims don't naturally burn off calories? I know they can work out with the gym equipment, but other than that, your Sims won't burn off anything. They'll just progressively get bigger until you tell them to work out. Why do Sims steal my stuff? It's really annoying. At least in previous games, I'd know when my stuff was about to get chiefed because the Sim in question would be an obvious burglar. I could even prevent this from happening with a burglar alarm. Not anymore. Now Sims will just take my stuff when they're over. Even my best friend will snatch a whole kitchen counter when I'm looking away. How come all the photo frames are ugly and clunky? Why can't I just have a simple thin wooded frame? Why can't I just put the photos themselves up, like Polaroids, or just photographs to stick on the corkboard? Why does it need to have either a weird metal frame or a clunky wooden one? Photography was supposed to be a key feature in 2 packs, and this is still a thing. Why don't toddlers ever crawl? For a life stage that came straight from a baby with no ability to leave their crib, where's the progression? In The Sims 2, for example, toddlers started out just crawling until they were taught to walk by an older Sim. Why can't I adjust my Sim's height? I can't have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old without them looking the same. At least with height sliders, I can make it obvious which one is older. So there are a few things in The Sims 4 that I don't think make any sense. Some make less sense than others, but generally they're all a bit confusing to me. Believe it or not, I actually really like The Sims 4. It's a good game, but it has taken a few steps back from some of the things in previous games, and I just want to see the Sims team step it up a little. Currently, this is still the latest game in the franchise, and there's so much room to add more meaningful gameplay. But at this point, I'd be happy to just have a game that's less glitchy and has things in it that actually make sense. There are a lot of good things about the game, but I can't help feel like they must have smoked a few joints when they decided to give coupons to millionaires, no tiny lots for tiny houses, and have Sims need to move from place to place just to carry on a string of interactions. I would love to know if you have experienced any of the things I've mentioned yourself, and if so, does it bother you as much as it clearly bothers me? Are there things that your Sims do that don't make sense that hasn't been mentioned in this video? I'd love to know. And I think I'm going to leave this one here. About time for me to go and take a little nap. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.